Welcome to the Roundabout. I'm Katiuska Guzman, and I'm joined by the lovely Kelsey Carter, the fierce Nadia Cruz, and our guest host from Sports Desk, Brandy Corsaro. Today we're covering some hot topics, including venues powering down cell phones and how to spend your post-grad years. Nadia will have an exclusive interview with musician Ron Iglesias of Xenophile to tell us about the band's process and the underground music scene. And we'll find out what students at William Patterson think about marijuana. Before that, Nadia, tell me what's going on at these concert venues?
So recently I went to a concert, and as I was walking into the venue, they give me this black case, and I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, you have to put your phone in the case. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, while the show is going on, you can't use your phone. It has to be in this case. If you, for any reason, have to use your phone, you must go to a designated area and use your phone there. So I'm like, I can't go on Snapchat. And they're like, no. So they're giving you these cases so that you can film and you can concentrate on the concert.
First thing I think of is that's not safe. You just never know what's gonna happen. Like,
There is no safe zone at a concert. What kind of?
yeah, what if I need my phone for something other than
The concert's
that?
not a
I have to
safe
run
zone.
and go to the safe zone?
I mean, I think that it's fine. You were able to see your text messages. If you needed to text anyone or call anyone, you can go to the safe zone. I thought it was okay and I enjoyed it. I actually was able to enjoy the concert more, and I'm like,
Look
maybe
back at the memories.
it's okay though. I think that I can like write it down right after the concert
Not write
and
it
then
down.
go back.
No, I'm not trying to write anything. No,
I
that's-
think to a certain extent, though, it's safe because, like you say, you post a picture or something, and then somebody doesn't like you or they're stalking you, and then now they know you're not home, so now they can go to your house. So in that sense, I feel like it could be a lifesaver.
I mean, I feel like you're right, but myself, I mean, as a parent, anything can happen at any time.
Right.
If I go to a concert or something like that, and something happens to my child, and because I'm not in a safe zone, I can't get in contact with anyone, we're gonna have problems.
Well, their mission statement was to show people how powerful a moment can be when we aren't focused on documenting and broadcasting. So I think I agree.
Me
I liked it.
I don't really agree, but I'm glad that you got to go to a concert. What other fun things are you guys gonna do since graduation is approaching this summer?
Work. That's the only thing on my mind,
Yeah,
honestly.
I just have a vacation planned, a wedding, and work. Nothing too,
I want to take a step back. I think that the last 3 years of my life have been crazy. My schedule has been all over the place. I want to take a step back, get myself back to physical training, get myself to doing the things that I was doing before I came back to school. So definitely just relaxing.
So nobody's gonna be looking for a job?
work. That's all I have to do. I mean, well, Brandy, you're graduating in December, so
Yeah.
you're coming back. So what are you gonna do next year?
I think I'm gonna look for an internship, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
ASAP?
Yeah. Pronto.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of students, we all have to take finals.
Not really.
Yeah, me neither. But the majority of the students here at William Patterson get to take advantage of the library. And the library is amazing because they're open 24 hours, like during finals for anyone.
Yeah.
So how do you ladies feel about us being able to have the opportunity to go to the library at any time and being able to do that?
The library is cool. I mean, it's open till like midnight, I think around final and midterm
It's actually
season.
open till 11:45. I actually use the library a lot. I think for me, the lighting at the library is
It's
ideal.
good for your selfie.
No. That too. But no, it's ideal for studying because I feel like sometimes, I don't know, like I'm very picky. I really do love the 11:45 cutoff, like regular time, and then 24 hours for finals.
It's 24 hours?
Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah, it is,
finals
it is.
week, it's 24 hours.
I like the atrium. I think it's more quiet. I can't be around people when I study. I don't know, I'm weird like that.
It's probably terrible to say, but I don't think I've been in the library since freshman year.
Yeah, that's terrible to say.
I would have thought you would go to the library more often.
I do most of my schoolwork at home,
I
which
can't
is
do it
weird,
at
I guess.
home.
Neither
I don't
can
know.
I.
I get too
Yeah, no,
distracted.
a lot of things
Really?
a lot of things get postponed when I'm home.
Yes.
I've come to the library on Sunday and get upset.
No,
Because
Sunday's homework day.
But I get upset when it's closed. That's how much I use the library. I'm like, are you serious?
Well, come during finals. It's going to be open 24/7.
Yeah.
When we do have finals, how do you guys plan to study for it? What do you think is the best route to study?
I don't personally have finals. It's like final projects, but it's very bad, I'm gonna say. I'm like, what's the word?
Last minute?
Procrastinator last minute, but my best work comes last minute.
Really?
I'm not gonna suggest that to anybody. I would probably say like break it down into, a couple days or something like that. Don't try to cram it all in once like me.
I can't cram.
I think that for me, what has worked the best within my college career is studying with other people. I think that if you're studying and I'm studying, I'm more focused. Sometimes if I'm studying by myself, I find things to do, like take a selfie.
I'm the total opposite.
I'm the total opposite.
Well, I just do what we're supposed to do in class and learn, and I don't study for exams. But when we come back, we'll hear what William Patterson students believe is true about marijuana on college campuses in New Jersey and across the country. After that, stay tuned for Nadia's interview with Ron Iglesias.
The greatest minds in science have been working tirelessly week after week using the most cutting-edge 21st century technology to perfect the greatest college TV station known to man. And today, they present their latest creation, WPTV. Ooh, anybody got any glue?
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Welcome back to the Roundabout. I'm Kelsey Carter. Marijuana has been a large factor on college campuses for decades. But is it a problem? Should individual states be allowed to choose how accessible the drug is? Our producer, Eric Dargis, hits the campus walkways to find out what William Patterson students think.
Now, do you think that caffeine or cannabis is more addictive?
Caffeine.
I would say caffeine.
I definitely say caffeine.
I think caffeine because it's said that caffeine is the most consumed drug in the world. So I really feel that, and everyone in my family, they drink like 3 cups of coffee a day. I personally don't, but it's amazing to me because I see so many people, even on college campuses, like they're all carrying, cups of coffee. They drink like 4 or 5 cups a day, and it's insane.
Do you believe that states or the federal government should be deciding whether marijuana is legal or not?
I think that should be left up to the federal government. I do believe that the states should have some control and some say over whether or not the marijuana should be legalized. But all in all, it really comes down to the federal government.
I honestly think that it should be a federal thing because, quite honestly, I feel like it should just all be legalized anyway. So just overall in general, it should be taken care of on a federal level.
I think the state should because, the people who live in the state, it should all be based on what they think. It shouldn't be based on the collective people. I feel like if more people in a certain state feel like, oh, we should go for medical marijuana, then let that state do it. I mean, it's not impacting anyone else.
Do you think that marijuana is a problem on college campuses?
I think it's not so much a problem like that it's bad. It's a problem that it's not allowed and like it just should be, and a lot of people are doing it.
I only think it's a problem because it's illegal. Like, if it was legal, it really wouldn't be a problem. Like, it has helped people focus And I really don't see any harm, depending on whatever everything else that goes on in college campuses. This can't be that bad.
The only time it really becomes a problem is when someone makes it a problem. And one of the ways it becomes a problem is when people are being locked up for it.
I think so, only because I work at Quick Check, which is right off Willie P, and I work the overnight shift. I see so many people come in high, and I feel like marijuana is a good thing, but it can be really bad if people, misuse it, or if they go crazy doing it. I feel like it really is a big problem. It should be managed a lot better.
Should medicinal marijuana be made more accessible in New Jersey?
I believe it should be accessible not only in New Jersey, but everywhere in the country.
One of my friends actually, she medical marijuana, and she moved to New Jersey. I'd known her forever, and it actually helped her a lot because she had a lot of problems, and it actually helped her. So I personally think we should, only because I feel like it really helped her, and if it could help someone else out, I feel like it really should be more accessible.
I know of a daughter of a coworker of mine who really needed it, and because she's in New Jersey, it was so hard. Like, they literally had to uproot and move somewhere else in order to get the proper treatment. So I think it should be legal and more accessible in New Jersey.
Absolutely. I mean, other states have made it more accessible. It's proven to work. It's working other places, so why is it such a problem here?
Do you think that marijuana should be legalized in the United States?
I do believe it should be legalized because it's not as, from what I understand, it's not as dangerous as other drugs. I mean, yes, for recreational use, it can have an effect on your brain cells. But all in all, I don't think that people should be thrown in prison just for selling or using it.
According to a poll on NJ.com, 96% of New Jersey voters believe that they should be deciding on the legalization of recreational marijuana. The consensus seems to be the same on the William Patterson University campus. Back to you, ladies.
Wow.
Yeah, this reminds me of a story. So I was visiting a college campus, and I actually saw a girl get arrested. She had the police at this point had the backpack full of product. And, later I found out that she was the drug supplier on campus. Like,
oh, wow.
How do you talk to your mom about that? Like, hey, Mom, I got arrested for selling on campus. How does that work?
I mean, to be fairly honest, I have a few acquaintances who have encountered marijuana. And so I've heard it's just, the munchies. That's what everyone talks about. You're high, but you eat your munchies, and then you're fine and you're good.
I can't get over somebody getting arrested, though. Like, it is true. Having to tell your parent, Mom, I got caught using, is one thing, but saying, Mom, I was a supplier.
Mom's like, I don't send you enough money as it is. Like,
I think my father would kick me out of the house, honestly.
I mean, there's parents that don't even know that their kids are
sure,
involved
yeah.
in these things. And then there's parents that do know, but they're in so much denial over what's going on. I mean, it is a controversial topic. And I think that if it were already legalized in more states, like let's say, for example, New Jersey, the finances would be skyrocketing. I mean, it's a multi-million-dollar industry because it's illegal. So if it were legalized, it should be,
But would it be
more.
a problem? Because for everyone, whatever drug you choose, even alcohol, you have a different effect. It affects everyone differently.
Yeah, but people that are under the influence of alcohol get into fights, get into car accidents.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but it's a lot less, people are a lot less belligerent or rowdy when, I've seen people that are high off of marijuana versus being drunk.
Also makes you sleepy. You could be driving and fall asleep. It affects everyone differently. So just like alcohol can make you be, up, hyper. You could drive perfectly fine. I'm not suggesting that you should, but it can make you feel hyper versus going to sleep, Either way.
Brandy, what do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think it's a problem?
I think it's definitely a problem because people like you get the high and then you need more, and I feel it'll lead to bigger
Gateway drug.
Yeah.
I don't
Worse
think
problems.
it's a gateway
I don't think
drug.
it's a gateway drug
Different
either.
strokes for different folks. If you're an addicting type of personality, then you get addicted. If not, then stick to your...
I know a lot of people that use it for anxiety. They feel that they need it at the end of the week because they've been very anxious, and I think that it works fine for them. They're the most hardworking people, dedicated students that I know. So,
Well, this conversation is getting me a little high. When we come back, Nadia sits down with musician Ron Iglesias of Xenophile. Don't you go anywhere.
The Arbor Day Foundation asks for your help in replanting our national forests. Visit arborday.org. See what we're doing. See how you can help.
I'm Nadia Cruz, and you're watching The Roundabout. Joining me today is Ron Iglesias, guitarist and vocalist for the local thrash metal band Xenophile. Hi, Ron. How are you?
Good afternoon.
I'm loving this hair.
Thank you very much.
Is this part
nice
of
too.
like your outfit? Because it's like totally cool.
Sort of, yeah. I just like to wear it like this.
So, question: thrash metal. What's the difference between thrash metal and regular metal?
Well, thrash is it's faster than your standard metal, I guess. It's got like a punk vibe, I guess, sort of. But with us, we like to throw in a little more things than usual metal, like a little more melody, maybe too. And
At the beginning of like the one song I've listened to, like that first song you have on SoundCloud, it sounds pretty cool. It's like, and then I wasn't expecting the. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's thrash metal.
It's a variation of it. We do one way. A lot of different bands have their own interpretation. So.
Okay, cool. Fast metal is thrash metal. Okay, cool. So what made you decide to start playing music?
I was just always around in the house when I was a kid. I was playing violin and piano actually when I was younger, probably around like 10 years old. So
your parents are musicians?
They're not musicians, but they definitely exposed me to a lot of music, so that helped a lot. My dad dabbled a little bit in guitar and bass, so that helped.
Awesome. So you've been playing since you were 10. Were you in a band since you were 10?
No.
Okay.
I had to get good first. But I started playing guitar when I was actually around 13, and then went from there.
So I have an understanding that you do a lot of underground like venues. So what is that? Am I going underground a bridge to go see you play? Like, what is underground? Like,
well, underground is usually a term that applies to bands that are not usually signed by a label. They don't play like the big clubs or the national venues and things. So like for instance, this Saturday we're playing a gig in Staten Island, which is literally in a basement, but it's not just like some dingy basement. It's like set up to be a venue. So, you know, it's more like just the local stuff where you're not on a big stage. You know, a lot of bands start out that way.
So do I need a password to go here?
Maybe, I don't know. If you showed up like that,
this?
they might be a little confused.
Oh no, I dress like this. Like I have this leather jacket, jeans
Really?
like this, probably a little bit more worn than that, and this is what I wear when I'm not wearing this.
Then that's the uniform and you're in.
So, we were talking about on our hot topics, this thing called Yondr. Have you heard about it?
Yondr? I don't believe so.
So it's like this black case that you have to put on your phone when you go to a concert so that you can't like record or take pictures or anything. I'm upset about it too. So how do you feel about that? How do you feel about people not being able to record while you're playing?
Well, that's news to me. I mean, we're not at a point where we can really stop people from doing it. I encourage that actually. So anything to kind of document what's going on. I know with the bigger acts, you know, they're definitely like that, a little uptight about those. That's the first time I've heard of that, though. That's crazy.
That's what I said as well. But can you tell us, what is your inspiration? Like, was there anybody that inspired you while you were growing up that played thrash metal?
Oh yeah, it was like the standard bands I think a lot of kids get into, like Metallica and Slayer and Megadeth and those bands. So, you know, a lot of guitarists too. For me, it wasn't just
Who's
the
your
bands.
favorite guitarist?
This is like 10 different ones. A big inspiration for me was probably Eddie Van Halen from Van Halen and Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. When I was growing up, I was listening to a lot of that.
I am so glad that I know these people that you're talking about. Like, I thought I was gonna come in here and I was gonna be like, I don't know any of this, but I'm glad.
Ooh.
Like, I know that.
Me too.
Cool. Awesome. So, where can we find you on social media, everybody?
We try to be as active with it all as possible. Facebook, definitely. We have a website, which we sell a lot of merchandise. We did just release our CD, which you were just referring to. It's on SoundCloud, Spotify.
Awesome website, by the way.
Thank you. We kind of just put that together last minute, but came out good. iTunes as well. And beyond that, YouTube. We have a YouTube channel with the song streaming there. I think that's it. We have a Twitter, but I'll be honest, I really don't know how to use a Twitter.
Are you on Snapchat?
Not the band, no. I am, but not. That's another thing I need to get
So I
better
have to
at.
follow you. I'm always on Snapchat. So do you snap while you're like?
While I'm playing?
Yeah.
Well, it'd be interesting if I was to snap and.
That would be very interesting.
That would be cool, but I don't. I need to get better at that though, because I know social media is the big
and
thing
definitely no Yondr at your concerts. We're against Yondr.
We're not like that at all. We're not even on that level to really demand that. So.
Well, thank you so much for coming. I'm definitely looking forward to going to one of these underground venues. I've never done that. So when we come back, we'll have a live performance from our guest, Ron Iglesias.
You have a clip from
Here it is. They are the best in the business, and they are here to break down this week in sports. Wyatt, we'll start with you.
acting. That was more like poo. I said it.
I like.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Welcome back to the Roundabout. From Bayonne, New Jersey, here's Ron Iglesias performing a cover of La Carta by Héroes del Silencio.
Que leí tu carta y sin fuerzas que para contestar mil pedazos al viento nos separarán. Pondré casa en un país lejano para olvidar este miedo hacia ti, este miedo hacia ti. No hace mucho que rompí tu recuerdo pensando acabar de una vez. Pero el tiempo y la distancia no son todo para mí. Siempre hay algo que me hace volver, siempre escuchar o ya no te creo porque no te entiendo. Porque estás tan lejos, oh, siempre he escuchado, ya no te creo, porque no te entiendo, porque estás tan lejos, oh. que siempre he sido así, que no tengo remedio, ni lo quiero tener. Pero ni el miedo ni tus cartas lo son todo para mí. Quizás otra vez te echarle la culpa a ti. Siempre he escuchado, ya no te creo porque no te entiendo, porque estás tan lejos. Oh, siempre he escuchado, ya no te creo porque no te entiendo, porque estás tan lejos. Oh.
That was great. You can find Xenophile's full-length album, Systematic Enslavement, on SoundCloud and iTunes. That's all for this episode of The Roundabout. Thank you to Brandy Corsaro and Ron Iglesias for coming by. And a huge thank you to our executive producer, Loretta McLaughlin-Vinier, and Al Clark, our studio manager, and our fantastic crew. We'll see you next time.